Okay, this week we have the Sippin Station bundle, and as you can see, it's got the little train car house, stool, stash box, some other things. I will be looking over the roadside attraction outside at the end of the video. For some weird reason, when it's placed in a shelter, its eyes and like mouth and stuff just don't render, and I don't know why. We also have the neon sign here, but getting started with the part that most people are interested in. The actual train car, I thought at first when I saw it, it was just going to be a clone of the other train cars, but it actually is pretty different. First, you can tell it's actually made of wood instead of the standard metal. It's got these kind of like roadside attraction, like carnival lights and, awnings here. So, all in all, actually pretty interesting. You can see that the lights actually do individually light up. It does use power. It's got this little train light kind of deal on each side. So it does look good. Has a lot of detail work. You can see here that the paint is peeling off. It's got all these little sprinkles all over it. Both sides look pretty solid. Inside has this nice crack tiling. But at the same time, it's not anything in here that's going to stop you from building once you put it down. You can have two of these down at the same time, so pretty solid amount of space. You figure that's about a 1x3, 1x4 foundation. It does come with these nice little doors. But yeah, all in all, actually pretty nice. You can hear that as I walk, you can hear it actually change. The actual rooftop up here does, I can actually ever make the jump. Okay, so yeah, once I get up to the rooftop, you can see here it actually has this barbed wire design, like they're trying to keep people from getting up here, and it's actually quite a large flat roof. I actually hit a generator up here to power it up, but as you can see, you could easily put a couple support things up here, turrets, power grid, anything like that. So that is actually quite nice. Now, the three stools are pretty much they're very similar to each other, so I'm not going to go over them too much in depth. You can see they do have some nice detail work. One's got kind of a cup of coffee, one's just your standard, and the last one's got the Slocum Joe's design on it. Now, these basically just sit and act like your normal stools, so I'm not going to waste everyone's time running over too much on that. But next, we have the stash box / trash can, and this does work with a lot of camp design. You can just stuff this in a corner. It's nice that, it just looks like someone stole a trash can from a Slocum Joe's. It's not too crazy. That said, the design actually does work. You could... Honestly, I could see this at a roadside attraction. It's kind of got that half handmade, half designed for something kind of vibe. It does actually work, in my opinion. You can see it's got like a metal lid here with the classic, style one, like a hood to stop rain from going down in it. You got the do not touch donut trays. I always like when they add stuff like this, though, because a lot of times these kind of small detail items can really make your camp look more cluttered. When things are a little too clean, they don't feel quite like a real camp. Now, the roadside attraction, it's very interesting, nice. You can't see it from down here, but there is steam coming off that cup. I'll show you when I go outside. But the actual Slocum Joe's neon sign here, see, it says Slocum Joe's Donuts. You can definitely see that in the dark. It actually has both sides, and you can actually turn this off and on from the bottom. Now, as for this one, it does actually have two lights here. You just can't see them very well because I had to light it up a little bit differently. Now let's set fire to these so we can see what they look like blown up. as you can see, like, it does have that rebar up there actually get destroyed. The lights are no longer working and things like that. Now if I repair it, yep, still no face. But yeah, like I said, so it's interesting. Now I can see a lot of people building crazy stuff off of the side of that like it's holding it up. Now as for this one, it really changes. The one nice thing about these types of designs to actually have these where they blow up the entire train and stuff like that, it gives you a lot of leeway by being able to run cables and stuff through the walls or place objects through the walls. Like, you could probably get away with putting, like, a vendor sitting right here looking out. If I grab this right here, let's see. It's can't stack on objects that are in disrepair, okay? But you could probably put a foundation right here and then have it leaning on the foundation or a rug. But all in all, you could probably play around with that to get something else in it. Now, quickly go outside and then I'll show you what the actual face of that thing looks like. Okay, now that we're outside, you can actually see this thing better in the like light out here. You can see I have one spotlight illuminating it, but as you can see, it's got the little grinning smiley face, the actual eyes. You can actually see the smoke coming off the coffee way, way better out here than inside the shelter. So much, much better looking all over around. It's a much better item. So hopefully no one wanted to build anything like this with their shelter. But otherwise, still a very nice kind of roadside attraction. With the actual design, I could see people like building out a whole Slocum Joe's thing, like as though it's connected to this. So very, interesting to see what people will come up with. But with that, I hope this helps you with this bundle, and I hope y'all have a great, safe week.